Welcome to Tomorrow Unveiled. What a week it's been in the world of artificial intelligence. Seriously, the period from September 1st to 8th, 2025. Well, our sources showed us not just the usual incremental updates, but some foundational breakthroughs, things that are truly shifting the landscape right before our eyes. Our mission here on Tomorrow Unveiled is really to cut through all that noise. We want to unpack not just what's new, but, why it actually matters to you. We're diving deep into how AI is becoming, well, almost a genuine partner in scientific discovery, and how new computing paradigms are emerging, plus how these crucial legal and regulatory frameworks are finally starting to take shape. Think of this as your shortcut, your way to get truly well informed about the future of AI. So get ready. We're going to explore how AI is becoming this collaborative force in science, how specialized AI systems are quietly, maybe surprisingly, outperforming the generalists, and also the very real challenges, things like enterprise adoption stumble, some landmark legal battle stuff that's shaping AI's journey into maturity. We'll be pulling out the most important nuggets of knowledge from the past 7 days, hopefully with some surprising facts and practical implications for everyone listening. So where do we even begin? Well, so much. What really struck me in the material our research team gathered this week is AI's, well, its rapidly growing role as a scientific partner, tackling problems that honestly used to be considered completely impossible.
It's an incredible shift, isn't it? We're seeing AI move beyond just, processing mountains of data.
Hmm.
Now it's actively synthesizing new knowledge, making genuine discoveries in fields like astrophysics and material science. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does it mean for the very nature of scientific inquiry when AI steps in as a true collaborator?
That's such a profound question. And these advancements in gravitational wave astronomy, they give us a real glimpse into the answer. I found it fascinating learning about this AI system, deep loop shaping. Apparently, it has dramatically improved the sensitivity of LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory.
Right, and what's truly revolutionary here isn't just improvement, it's the scale of improvement.
Yeah.
This system slashed problematic control noise by a factor of 30 to, well, up to 100.
30 to 100 times. Wow.
Exactly. To put that in perspective, it's like, I don't know, upgrading your home Wi-Fi from dial-up straight to light speed. It's that kind of leap. This means astronomers could potentially detect hundreds more gravitational wave events every single year. And this part is particularly exciting. It could finally enable the first ever depiction of intermediate mass black holes.
Ah, the missing link ones.
Precisely. Finding those would fill a major gap in our understanding of, well, the universe's most massive objects.
Absolutely mind-boggling. Imagine literally turning up the volume on the universe,
Yeah.
allowing us to hear cosmic events that were just too faint before. This isn't just theory anymore. It's like a brand new ear on the cosmos.
Exactly right. It's about giving humanity new senses, really, extending our reach into the very fabric of reality itself.
And it's not just happening in distant space. Right here on Earth in materials science, our sources highlighted a new method using conditional diffusion models. They're using them to design and create novel amorphous materials, which, as you know, this kind of discovery has traditionally been such a painstaking process, often taking, what, 10 to 30 years?
Yeah, easily. And a key detail here is that the AI is guided by a desired physical property. So, for instance, a target X-Zini spectrum that reveals atomic structures,
Hmm.
The AI uses that target to generate viable atomic configurations, and
Right.
it does it in a fraction of the time. It fundamentally flips the traditional discovery process on its head
So it moves from trial and error simulation.
to a more guided, intelligent design process.
Exactly, which means we could be developing next-gen materials for things like sustainable energy, advanced electronics, just far faster than we ever thought possible. It's almost like having an AI design a new recipe for matter itself, tailored precisely to what we need.
It really is.
Another significant thread weaving through the material this week was this renewed focus on world models. Leading AI labs seem to be pouring resources back into these, essentially, AI's internal simulations of its environment, ones that understand cause and effect, that can predict. They see them as crucial for achieving AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Yeah, this really gets to the core limitations of many current large language models, doesn't it? Which, as we've discussed before, often act like, well, like bags of heuristics. They don't have true understanding.
Yeah.
And that leads to those infamous hallucinations we hear so much about.
Right.
There's an ongoing debate, of course. You've got scaling up training on vast data sets like Google DeepMind's approach with, say, Genie 3. And then you have folks like Meta's Jan LeCun championing entirely new, maybe more efficient architectural approaches. It's a real fork in the road.
So boiling it down, what does this all mean for us, for you listening? It's about building AI that truly understands the world, cause and effect relationships, not just mimicking human language patterns. That understanding is absolutely essential if we want more reliable, more capable systems. Systems that can actually reason and plan in complex
I
situations.
couldn't agree more. It's foundational.
Okay, quick pause here. If you're finding this insightful on YouTube, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Tomorrow Unveiled, of course, and maybe consider hitting that new hype button. It really helps us reach more viewers. And definitely turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the future. All right, so moving beyond the purely scientific realm, these breakthroughs are also showing up in completely new architectural approaches. New technologies pushing the boundaries of what AI can do in the real world. This is where, for me, it gets really interesting.
Absolutely. What's becoming clear, I think, is a definite shift. We're moving away from this sort of monolithic pursuit of ever larger general-purpose models. Instead, we're seeing a diversification. More specialized systems, often physically grounded ones, and it raises a really important question for the whole industry. Does sheer size always equal better performance? Or is specialization actually the true key to unlocking AI's full potential?
And the answer might very well be specialization, or at least a strong contender. Our sources highlighted Quantinuum unveiling its generative quantum AI GenQ AI framework just this past week. This sounds fascinating. It's a hybrid quantum classical approach.
That's right. It uses quantum computers which can handle certain calculations. Classical computers just choke on to generate superior training data that classical supercomputers simply cannot simulate effectively.
Okay, so the quantum computer makes better data.
Exactly. And then that unique quantum-generated data is used to train classical AI models. And get this, in initial validation for drug discovery applications, they achieved a staggering 73x speedup.
73 times.
Yeah, 73. This isn't just a marginal gain, you see. It creates an entirely new competitive axis in AI, one focused squarely on data quality and uniqueness.
Wow. Imagine AI trained on data that only the most advanced quantum machines can create. That could lead to breakthroughs in pharma, material science, stuff that was just impossible before.
It opens up entirely new
It
possibilities.
really does. Then there's Google DeepMind's Robo-Ballet system. This sounds like something set to transform industrial automation. It uses graph neural networks, which are great at modeling relationships, right?
Incredibly effective, yes.
Hmm.
That and reinforcement learning to coordinate multiple industrial robotic arms in shared spaces, often cluttered with obstacles. This is complex stuff.
And the results.
Well, the system generated operational plans that were 25% more efficient than human experts, which is impressive on its own.
Definitely.
But the real kicker for me was its scalability. As they increased the number of robots from 4 to 8, the overall task completion time actually decreased by 60%.
Decreased with more robots.
It demonstrates a genuine ability to learn complex, multi-agent coordination. It's far beyond just simple parallelization, where more workers just mean linearly faster work. This is true coordination intelligence.
It's like having an AI choreographer for robots, making factory floors incredibly efficient, flexible.
Flexible is the key word there.
Yeah, it really redefines what's possible in multi-agent robotics and manufacturing.
Absolutely.
And speaking of specialization, our sources also highlighted Tencent open sourcing Hunyuan MK7B. That's a 7 billion parameter multilingual translation model.
It's relatively compact in today's terms.
Right, compared to the giants out there. But this relatively compact model achieved state-of-the-art results. It outperformed much larger proprietary models in machine translation competitions. Apparently, it excelled in 30 out of 31 language categories.
That's what the research indicated. Its success seems to be a testament to highly specialized, meticulous training, not just brute force scale. This model offers compelling evidence, really, that for many high-value tasks, smaller, expertly tuned AIs can deliver superior performance and efficiency. It directly challenges that bigger is always better paradigm that's dominated so much of the AI narrative until now.
It's a really important point. Smaller and smarter, not just bigger. Okay, another quick reminder here. If you're listening to Tomorrow Unveiled on a podcast service like, say, Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we'd be incredibly grateful if you could leave us a rating and review. It truly helps us reach new listeners and, well, keeps this deep dive going. All right, so these innovations, they aren't just stuck in labs anymore, are they? They're rapidly making their way into actual industries, into our daily lives. This past week, we saw some pretty significant early applications and strategic shifts.
That's right. It's fascinating to watch these advanced AI capabilities move from being theoretical possibilities to actual practical deployment, getting integrated into products and services we might use. The critical question now is really, how quickly will these become commonplace? How soon will they be shaping our everyday experiences?
And one major strategic shift came from Microsoft this week, which was interesting given their deep partnership with OpenAI. They announced their own powerful in-house foundational models, MAI-1 Preview and MAI Voice 1. That feels like a significant move.
Oh, it is. It signals what our sources were calling a great unbundling. Microsoft is clearly de-risking its AI strategy, reducing reliance on external partners. They're aiming for greater control and optimization over their entire AI stack, from the foundational models right up to the end-user applications. It implies a much more vertically integrated strategy going forward.
So the tech giants increasingly want to own every layer of their AI stack. That seems to be the trend.
It does.
And for you, listening, well, it could impact how quickly new, maybe more optimized AI features reach you within Microsoft products, for instance. It gives them way more strategic control over their AI future.
Makes sense.
Elsewhere, generative AI is also rapidly becoming a standard tool in the architecture, engineering, construction, and operations industry, the AE eco sector.
Indeed. Our research team found it's being used for everything from end-to-end design workflows to optimizing building layouts for energy efficiency. Pretty practical stuff.
Yeah.
And new research, things like text-to-layout, is even drafting floor plans directly from natural language prompts. Just describe what you want.
Wow.
This marks a profound shift, moving AI from just visualizing a design to actively participating in the actual schematic design phase.
So imagine designing your dream home just by describing it, and AI generates the blueprints.
That future is essentially here, or very close. It streamlines a process that used to take months and months.
Incredible. Our sources also highlighted some breakthrough applications in medical diagnostics. These were presented at the European Society of Cardiology Congress.
Yes, AI algorithms are now analyzing patient data for highly personalized heart treatments. The potential there is huge, possibly reducing misdiagnoses by a significant 20–30%.
20 to 30%. That's massive in healthcare.
It is. And even more impressively, perhaps, there's a miniature AI-powered imager camera. It can identify hidden arterial plaques, the kind that cause heart attacks. So, potentially preventing heart attacks before they even happen. This moves us firmly towards predictive and preventative medicine.
That could lead to far more effective prevention, truly personalized care, saving countless lives, reducing healthcare costs globally. It feels like a huge step forward in applying AI to some of our most critical health challenges.
Absolutely critical.
And then beyond the enterprise, AI is just sort of becoming ambient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Silently embedding itself in consumer devices and government operations. Our sources showed new smart lights offering built-in AI voice control, context awareness, knowing what you might want. Microsoft struck that deal to provide Copilot to over 2 million U.S. federal workers for a year. The projected savings, $3.1 billion.
Billion with a B. That's serious efficiency gain.
Right. And even the U.S. Space Force revealed plans to weave AI into everyday operations, whatever that entails.
So yeah, from your smart home potentially adapting to your mood to more streamlined government services, AI is quietly integrating itself into our daily systems. It's becoming this invisible but incredibly powerful assistant just humming away in the background.
Okay, but while all these advancements we've talked about are incredibly exciting, our sources also flag some significant challenges and considerations. Things that emerged just this week. It's really crucial we approach AI with the balanced, clear-eyed perspective, isn't it?
Absolutely essential. Connecting this to the bigger picture. The sheer speed of AI development is creating this urgent need for guardrails, for critical thinking, not just blind enthusiasm. And it raises an important question for all of us, really. How do we ensure AI's benefits are realized responsibly, equitably, for everyone, without accidentally creating a whole new set of pitfalls?
That is the critical question. And right on that note, our sources pointed to a rather sobering report from MIT titled The Gen AI Divide, State of AI in Business 2025. And it reveals, well, it estimates that 95% of business attempts to integrate generative AI are currently failing to achieve meaningful revenue or productivity gains.
95%. That's a stark number.
It really is.
The report suggests the enterprise AI market is entering what Gartner calls the trough of disillusionment. That phase where the initial hype dies down and the realistic challenges become painfully clear. It highlights a crucial disconnect, doesn't it?
Right.
While specialized AI is achieving these incredible scientific and technical successes we talked about, simply throwing a generic AI, like a general-purpose chatbot, at complex business workflows often just falls flat.
Yeah,
It's a powerful corrective, I think, to some of the earlier, maybe overblown hype.
it certainly is. It means that while AI can help solve cosmic mysteries, just deploying a chatbot for a complex business problem,
Yeah.
yeah, it often won't yield the results people hoped for. It's a stark reminder that implementation, context, specialization, it's all just as important as the core technology itself.
Couldn't agree more.
Then on the legal front, precedents and content regulation also made big news this week. Anthropic, the makers of the Claude AI model, they agreed to a massive $1.5 billion settlement.
Billion, I read.
Right, in a class action lawsuit from authors. The claim was using pirated books to train their AI.
This is truly a landmark settlement. It sets an incredibly powerful precedent for data licensing. It clearly indicates that AI companies are financially liable, seriously liable, for using copyrighted training data without permission.
Changes the game for training data.
Absolutely. And almost simultaneously, China implemented a sweeping new law. It requires all AI-generated content to carry visible labels and hidden digital watermarks. A big push for greater transparency.
So these actions, they're effectively defining the rules of the road for AI development and deployment, aren't they?
They really are.
Impacting everything from how models get trained in the first place to how you, the user, interact with AI-generated content online. It's a clear global move towards demanding greater accountability.
No question. The Wild West phase might be ending.
And finally, our sources highlighted ongoing ethical and societal concerns. These just keep emerging, it seems. We saw deepfake videos becoming more convincing. There was a real-world example of a U.S. political figure posting an AI-generated image that, well, sparked widespread outrage.
Views getting harder and harder to spot.
They are. And alarmingly, reports suggest cybercriminals are now misusing AI models, like Anthropic's Claude, apparently, to generate ransomware code more effectively.
That's deeply concerning. Weaponizing the tools.
Exactly. We even witnessed this cultural backlash against an AI that was used to generate new Bible content that sparked all sorts of theological debates, underscoring the really deep ethical and societal implications when AI touches things people hold sacred.
These incidents, they just highlight the urgent need for robust countermeasures, for clear ethical guidelines, and honestly, for enhanced critical media literacy for all of us in this AI-powered world. We need to be savvy consumers of information.
Absolutely. We need the tools to navigate this. All right. On that note, we genuinely love hearing your thoughts. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast app, please do leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the future of AI, about any of this stuff we discussed. So, wow, what an eventful week for AI. Our deep dive into the latest findings from our research team, it truly shows an industry undergoing a pretty significant transformation.
Indeed it does. Connecting this all to the bigger picture, it feels like the era that was dominated by this singular pursuit of just massive general-purpose models. Well, that era might be giving way to something different, a more mature, diverse, and critically specialized ecosystem. The focus seems to be unmistakably shifting, away from just simple scale, towards scientific integration, domain specialization, the uniqueness of data, and increasingly regulatory compliance.
That makes sense. So, looking ahead, our sources point to a few key trends that seem set to accelerate. Firstly, we can probably expect to see the continued rise of the AI scientist. AI becoming even more deeply integrated into scientific discovery, from fundamental biology all the way to advanced drug development.
Yes, absolutely. And closely tied to that, we'll likely see specialization over scale really take hold as a dominant theme. Smaller, highly optimized expert AIs will increasingly outperform the big generalist models for specific high-value tasks. This represents, I think, a profound shift in how we approach and even understand AI capability.
And the data licensing economy, that's set to boom, when you say. That $1.5 billion Anthropic settlement feels like a huge catalyst.
A massive catalyst.
Yeah.
It's going to create a whole new market for high-quality, legally cleared training data. And that fundamentally alters the economics of model training and intellectual property in this space.
Big changes there.
Huge. And finally, expect an acceleration in hardware and software co-design. The need for specialized hardware, chips tailored specifically for AI tasks, that's only going to intensify. We'll see more companies designing their own custom AI chips to build these vertically integrated, defensible AI stacks optimized for their specific needs.
Owning the whole stack, like we said earlier.
Exactly.
So, okay, Here's a final thought for you, our listener, to maybe ponder this week. As AI evolves and truly masters these highly specific domains, science, translation, robotics, whatever it is, how will our role, as generally quite generalist thinkers, how will we adapt to this new era of hyper-specialized intelligence?
Good question.
What new forms of human creativity, human problem solving, like what new things will emerge when AI starts handling the stuff that was previously intractable, the stuff that bogged us down? It's a fascinating future to consider, isn't it?
It really is. What's left for us? What new heights can we reach?
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on Tomorrow Unveiled as we uncover these groundbreaking advancements and the crucial discussions shaping our future. We look forward to exploring more with you next time.